welcome to Fifth Line Fest here at Nationwide Arena. At this time, please welcome to the stage, Jeff Rimmer!
Great to see the crowd here. Well, why we're here tonight is to see this 2015-2016 edition of the Columbus Blue Jackets. We up here on the stage are going to talk to three of the Jackets here tonight, and there's nobody better to start with than the captain of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Nick Foligno. Come on up, Nick. Great to see you, Nick. We're ready to go. I know the players are. You and a number of the Jackets have been in town here for the last several weeks preparing for the season. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the excitement for you personally and for your family on being named captain of the Blue Jackets.
That was obviously a huge honor. I mean, I think I said it over and above. It's a dream to be able to be a captain for this organization. And, I'm so proud of everything that's going on here. And I'm just looking to make our mark as a team and be the guy that can lead us, but do it by committee, and I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, and you're absolutely correct. This is going to be a team that has several leaders, including a couple of new guys that we'll talk to here in a few minutes. And by the way, we have another session at 7:15. Stick around for that. We're going to talk to two of the newest Columbus Blue Jackets, Brandon Saad and Gregory Campbell. But let's talk about the leadership in that dressing room last year, particularly down the stretch. Jackets go 15-1-1 to end the regular season, just miss out on the playoffs. And you're right, there is a great group of leaders in that dressing room.
Absolutely. I think that was our statement to you as fans and to our organization that obviously last year didn't go the way we planned. We're all really disappointed in that, but we know what type of team we have here. And you saw the two additions that we just had, Brandon Saad and Gregory Campbell, and then the younger guys that are going to be a year older. There's no reason why we can't pick up where we left off, and that 15-1 record wasn't a joke. So we're really excited to be contenders this year and not just make the playoffs, but take a run at the Stanley Cup.
Since being named captain, it's been a busy summer for you. Talk about it, share some of the excitement for you and some of the things that you've done here since first getting word that you'd be leading a hockey club here come the fall.
Yeah, I went home to Sudbury. That's where I spend my summers, and stayed on the lake, saw some family, and then got right back here. We moved into a new home in Upper Arlington, and then had a little baby boy 2 weeks ago. So
how about that?
We're quite busy at home right now. So
is he a hockey player?
I'm a little tired at the start of training camp. You'll know why, okay?
Is the little Foligno going to be a hockey player and follow his grandfather and his dad and his uncle?
Absolutely. We got a hockey stick the first thing in his crib, so it's hopefully coming down the bloodlines again.
What about the expectations here? I'm sure you've heard it around town. I just got back from Toronto along with Jody Shelley. We were up in Toronto for NHL broadcast meetings, and a lot of those broadcasters and a lot of people even within the NHL family working in the National Hockey League's front office are saying this is going to be the year for the Blue Jackets.
It's nice to hear that, isn't it?
With that, though, come expectations.
That's the best thing. I think that's how you measure your hockey team. When expectations are on the line, those are the elite teams that still go out and produce, and I think that we're that team. When you compare yourself to past champions, the LA Kings or Chicago Blackhawks and Boston Bruins, and they're consistently good because they're expected to be, and they still put a product on the ice that's elite, and that's what we plan on doing. We're expected to be good, but it hasn't gotten to our heads. We haven't done anything yet, but we know that if we continue to play like we did at the end of last season, there's no reason why we can't be in the same category as those teams.
How important is the Jackets start? Getting off to a good start. First weekend here at home, New York Rangers to open the season, and then on to New York and Buffalo before coming home to play Ottawa midweek.
That'll be fun. Why not get right into it with the New York Rangers, right? So we're really looking forward to that. There's obviously a lot of work that has to go in before that game, but the start is going to be so big for us. We know that. We know it's going to be about putting yourself in the right position to start the season, and we've seen it in the past. When we dig ourselves holes, we've had to really claw and fight to get back out of them, but to put ourselves in a real good position to get ready for the season, to start the season, I think it's only going to bode well for us at the end.
All right, the ultimate goal, win a Stanley Cup.
Absolutely.
And the Jackets have welcomed a couple of players, one through a trade in Brandon Saad, And the other free agent signing, Gregory Campbell, of course, Sod winning 2 cups. He's all of 22 years of age. And of course, Gregory Campbell winning a Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins. What's it mean to have those 2 players alongside the leadership that's already in that room?
It's huge. I mean, I actually couldn't believe when I found out Brandon Saad was only 22 years old and he's won 2 Stanley Cups already. So I was kind of shaking my head at that one. But, you know, just to have that in our locker room, I think is going to be so big for our team. Those guys have obviously not only played on those special teams that they were on, but have won. And anytime you can have a guy who's won, the experience and the, I don't want to say the charisma that comes with them, it's amazing how it rubs off on the rest of the group. And you can already see it from those guys being around, and the guys have really kind of attached to them, and they've picked up right where we expected them to, and they've been great additions to our team, and I think they're going to be great players for us down the stretch.
I talked to you several weeks ago, and you had an opportunity to call the players when they first came aboard the Blue Jackets organization. Have you had a chance to spend some time with them here in Columbus at all?
Yeah. Saad's actually my neighbor, surprising, so I'm going to move pretty soon, but no, he's going to be my neighbor, so we're pretty excited about that. And then Gregory Campbell, just seeing him around the rink, he's getting used to things, they're both getting used to things, but I'm sure we're going to get together, and I'll hopefully have him over to babysit for sure, Brandon Saad, but no, it'll be really great. I think that's the best thing, though. You see how many guys have come early this year. You probably haven't seen that before on this team. There's every single player was here at least 2 weeks before camp even started, and says a lot about the commitment from every guy on this team, and I think that's going to really do well for us starting the training camp.
Let me get this right. You moved into the neighborhood first, and then he moved in. I got to think he brought up the real estate values for you.
I was so happy when he came in. That's perfect for resale. But hopefully I'm not selling anytime soon.
No, you're here for the long term. I think you signed a contract not too long ago. You're not going anywhere.
So I better not be. No way. I won't let him.
You don't have a no trade, do you?
I do.
He has a no trade too. You're here forever. And I'll tell you what, we're happy for that too. Let's talk in terms of the league. Jerry Bettman yesterday telling members of the broadcast fraternity that the league has never been in better shape. We have a situation where there's never been more parity in the league, and although I think the expectations are high and people are predicting a big year for the Jackets, we've got to do it on the ice, because this division, especially the Metropolitan Division, is very much up for grabs. When you think in terms of the Rangers, their back-to-back seasons, Pittsburgh picks up Kessel. What a rivalry we have with the Penguins, and I wouldn't be surprised right now to predict here on the 9th of September that we'll have another Pittsburgh Blue Jackets playoff series in the offing. How good would that be? I still remember this guy the first time we played the Penguins in the playoffs. He owns Sidney Crosby.
Doobie had a lot of say in that one.
Some big goals were scored in that playoff series, and rivalries aren't established during the regular season. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Rivalries are established in the playoffs, and I think that rivalry with Pittsburgh is here to stay.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're just down the road. They're a great team, great organization, and it's fun beating those guys. So I think it's so great. You look at New York Rangers, and you talked about our division. It's so fun playing against those teams because they're great teams, and anytime you can beat those teams, it makes you feel good about the position that your team's in. So I know that we're in a real good spot because we have a special group of guys here. We love to win, we love to play hard for one another, and we love to play well for you guys. And I think this year is just going to be a heck of a year, and we're excited to get started.
We just have a couple more minutes, and I would like to get your thoughts on the guy that at the end of the game, after victories, it's now become a tradition. Foligno and Bobrovsky, yes, you're right. And the traditional hug at the end of the game. How about Sergei? He has worked, and he always works hard. But we saw Sergei come over to North America and come here to Columbus a lot earlier this season than last year. He's got to focus here, and he is certainly a big key for the Jackets come the fall.
Goaltending is everything in this league, and we have the best one, I think. So you look at Bob, and I think we've said it since he's gotten here, his professionalism, the way he works, it rubs off on everybody, and I think that's what just drew me to him. He's such a competitor, such a great teammate, a fun guy to be around, and it's so nice to see him have the success that he deserves, because I think it comes very naturally, and it comes well deserved, and it helps our team. Obviously, if he's doing well, we're doing well. So you know, it's very fun to see him do well, and I'm looking forward to many more hugs this season. That's for sure. If he'll let me. We're still gonna negotiate.
There you go. Final thought. As the season approaches, what do you tell the fans that are here tonight as to what we're going to expect from you and your teammates come the season opener and come the regular season for the Jackets? Any final thoughts there?
That's a good one. You know, the biggest thing I can promise you is that we're going to be a team that you saw at the end of last season. I mean, I think that's what you guys deserve. That's what we're expecting out of ourselves, and I mean, we're gonna try and win every night. That's something that I think is going to be very evident, whether it's from how hard we're working, or the plays we're making, or just the overall attitude. You're gonna feel like a big part of this, and we want you to, and you guys are a big part of this. The way you guys made us feel in that playoff series, we want that feeling back, and we cannot wait to get back to that point and make sure it's lasting a whole playoff series long, and right up into the Stanley Cup. And you know, I think you guys are going to be very proud. We're going to do something special for you guys, and this is going to be a year that I think a lot of us are going to remember. So get excited for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Nick Foligno.
Thanks, guys.
Coming back, 7:15, Brandon Saad and Gregory Campbell. Thank you.
I don't know if you got it or not.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know if I got it or not.